as important as it is commercially for capital to flow in, it's also equally important and flows in entirety. For if you're putting a dollar, the dollar is received by the company and it's not taxed. And while you do have some bit of relaxations, we've been talking about angel tax now for the past few years, and it's arguable whether it was even needed in first place, and you had enough provisions, and are you taxing companies for getting money that they require for the business? And as you must be aware, there've been a lot of talks with the government past few years. They've made relaxations. It's been good. They've been responsive in terms of hearing what the market ask was. Clearly, I mean, you don't get everything you wish for, but there was significant relaxations, and I think there is enough room to do more. We can talk about the specifics as we go along, but you need to provide a mechanism, and I think budget's a good place to address this, wherein when the capital comes in, it's not taxed. The conditions around are not restrictive. The startups can grow. They can enter into more joint ventures. They can set up more subsidiaries without worrying about losing their tax exemption. And like Naga mentioned, it's not just about money coming in, it's also about exits. So how do you treat and how do you tax the gains that you make on startups? Are you giving any concessions? Overseas listing will be talked about. Will we have special regime for taxation or not? So there is a lot that's there on expectations. We hope that's sort of met. But really, it's from how I view it, it should be made as conducive as possible. You have a tax holiday for startups of 3 years. What will you do on account of pandemic? Will you extend it a little bit more? It's understandable the government's also dealing with pandemic and cash crunch. But what all can they do for people, and whether they can give that dose of relaxation at the right place? You've taxed high net worth individuals at 37% surcharge. Do you want to reduce that for gains made on startups? Again, to incentivize people who have money to look at this, in a more friendly manner. So there's a lot. Happy to discuss more. Excited to talk about it. But the whole idea is for it to become as friendly and as seamless for the money to come in, go out, and circulate freely, so that businessmen focus on business and not worry about losing their taxes or losing the money to taxes.